There's a saying that I just love. You've probably heard it. I almost guarantee you've heard it. And the saying is, if it was easy, everybody would be doing it, right? And I just love that, because when you look at all these people that are telling you about having a business, or, you know, that you should go start a business, be an entrepreneur, most of the time they're trying to get money out of you. And so they want to send the message that it's basically easy. Anybody can do this. With a little hard work, you could be rich. Just buy my course, do whatever. The truth is, being an entrepreneur, being a business owner, is usually a series of highs and a series of lows kind of mixed together. Some days you're on top of the world because you just got a big account, or a customer just told you what an awesome company you're running, or something like that. And then you have days like I've been having lately where you're fighting COVID. You know, you got multiple people that are out because of COVID. You got guys that are getting injured, you got competitors coming after you. You know, all these things are piling up, and they're stressing you out. And I think the truth is that there's good days and bad days, and how you deal with those bad days is going to help you a lot to push forward and to continually just keep being on fire, to like get up, get it done. You know, how do you keep that fire? I've been doing this for 20 years. And I would say I have just as much fire now as I did when I was a young guy. So in today's video, I want to kind of take you along on my day. I've got to go pick up a dump trailer. I've got a bunch of cans to deliver. I've got a front load dumpster I'm going to deliver. And as we go through the day, there's 5 things that I'm going to tell you. There are things that I do just to keep that motivation when I'm feeling stressed out, when I'm feeling like, you know, what am I doing here? These are things that I do to just keep that motivation going, or to recapture that motivation, so that I can be the most effective business owner possible, right? So it's going to be fun. I'm going to go right now. I've got to pick up a dump trailer. Then I'm going to go do some cans and a front load dumpster, and take you through my steps. So let's get going. Okay, so I got my trailer and I'm heading to dump it. And the first tip I'm going to give you when you're feeling stressed out, like, I mean, I can't even explain, like right now, like everybody on my team, we're all dealing with different things. COVID is just like everywhere, and a lot of people, they have their family being affected, or we like have people out because of COVID. When you run a service business, you have to provide the service, right? So as a business owner, the biggest fear for a guy like me is not getting COVID myself. The fear is a wave of COVID comes through and I have like 5 guys out for 2 weeks and I can't provide my service, and my customers don't understand. And with COVID, like, you know, the government and everybody is saying, you know, hey, if you have symptoms, go home and get tested. Well, if you don't get the instant test, it could be 3 days before you get the results. Like, so you have a lot of people just out all the time. And then you have a lot of people that if they get seriously ill, you know, that's weighing on you. So it's just a very unique time. But one of the things that I do first off, if I'm just feeling a lot of pressure and just kind of like I need motivation, is I try to change my attitude. Things happen, and the way you react to them is up to you in most cases. And I'm not talking about like tragedies, like we're talking about like just being stressed out here. Just being like, man, I'm in the grind and it's grinding me down, and I'm just not feeling like going out there and giving it my all. But in those situations, when things are weighing on you, your attitude is up to you. So the first thing I do is I try to change my attitude. I actively tell myself that it's up to you to determine how your attitude is, and I try to make my day fun. You know, that's where I start. Is if I can fix my attitude, if I can make things fun, then all of a sudden I'm gonna start feeling that motivation again. I'm gonna get back into it. Some of the ways I do that is whatever I'm doing that day, I try to make a game out of it, or I put on a podcast that I really enjoy, or some music that I really enjoy. I just try to look for ways to change my attitude instead of wallowing in the problem. A lot of times people will just kind of wallow in the problem. If I turn on talk radio and this COVID thing is already weighing on me, and I just sit here all day and listen to the people on the radio say, you know, COVID's everywhere, and you know, and like that negative feed loop, it's just going to make it worse. It's just going to stress me out worse. And all I'm doing is wallowing in that problem. So I try to change my attitude. I try to change my approach, try to make it fun, try to change the landscape that I'm in, put on some good music or something like that, and just try to change that whole outlook on my day. And instead of going into it saying, this is going to be, you know, just the worst day ever, I go into it and I say, you know, there's some challenges, but I'm not going to let that beat me down. And I need to be grateful for all the things I have and all the accomplishments I have. But I'm going to try to have some fun and have the right attitude and go out there and get this stuff done that I need to get done. So that's my first tip. I'm going to head over and dump this trailer and take it back. It's been a morning, man. I've got trucks breaking down. I mean, you know, we're short staffed already. I mean, welcome to the service business. So I'm going to take this trailer and dump it. I've got to get this trailer back. I've got a bunch of cans I got to put out, and a front load dumpster. So let's get this done, and I'll give you some more tips as we go. So I'm like trying to change my attitude, and you know, it's funny, like when it rains it pours, it seems like, but I mean, again, like, I'm gonna have the right attitude, because if I'm a moron and I run out of fuel, right, like, I can laugh at myself and call my wife, I guess. Well, she's at work, but I don't know who the hell I'd call. All my guys are stretched thin working. So if I run out of diesel, I'm gonna have to like call Uber or something. Just kidding, there's no Uber out here. So anyway, this is just kind of like more to the point, right? Like, attitude is everything. I am sitting here with so much on my mind that I like totally forgot to get fuel, and yes, I'm an idiot. And so there's a pretty realistic possibility that I could run out of diesel. There's a gas station about 2 miles up the road, and normally when these things say empty, they're kind of like, they have like a little idiot leeway in there where they actually, it's like 4 or 5 miles, but I'm pulling a trailer, so I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I don't know what's gonna happen. I could be on the side of the road here. Either way, I'm gonna film it, and I'm gonna keep the right attitude, because I'm not gonna let this stuff destroy me or bring me down. I can see the gas station. I can see it. I don't know if you can see that. It's way up there. So I can see the gas station. I've never gotten diesel at this station, but I'm pretty sure they have diesel. So anyway, I'm gonna get some diesel. I'm gonna keep my attitude right. I'm gonna keep on plugging along, and we're gonna keep making this video. We're gonna get it done. So, see you soon. We got diesel. It wasn't the end of the world. My attitude is better. I'm feeling better, even though the situation has probably changed more against me than for me. but it's not going to do any good to have a bad attitude. So the second thing I'm going to tell you that for me was huge, just not only to regain my motivation, but to maintain my motivation, is to find ways to reset. I do little things and I do big things. So it's a combination for me. Almost every day I go work out. I don't do it because like I want to look great in my swimsuit, even though I would like to look good in a swimsuit, right? But that's not why I do it. I do it because when you work out, your body produces endorphins. And endorphins help relieve stress. They help make you feel better. They help improve your mood. So I try to eat pretty good and I try to work out regularly. And I have found that tremendously improves my mood. When I'm having a bad day, if I go do a really hard workout, a lot of times the rest of the day is much better. And even the next day is better. You just kind of get that out, you know? So that's one of the things I do in the short term. What I also do is I reset a lot. Like a lot of times I don't do anything on the weekends, or I'll take a little weekend vacation. When I was younger, I would go fishing a lot, and just kind of like get away from my phone, get away from work, get away from those things that are stressing you out, and try to focus on something else if you can. A little weekend getaway like that, there's been studies on this, and it's proven that those things are really, really good, and you're going to be more productive and your mood is going to be better if you take time to kind of reset here and there. A lot of people think that to be an entrepreneur or a business owner, I need to work 24/7. I need to work harder than everybody. I need to be the hardest working person that ever lived. You do need to work hard, right? But if you don't reset, you're going to burn out. You're going to break. The stress is going to destroy your mentality. And when you reset, you come back stronger. You come back ready to go to work. So that's number 2. So the third thing I would suggest is drink lots of alcohol. No, I'm kidding. Actually, alcohol, in my experience, I've found that it actually compounds my problems. When I was younger, I used to drink quite a bit to kind of handle my stress. And what I found is that you're just really hiding from that problem. And it's much better to just kind of handle that problem head on and just not go down that road. Some people can drink a little bit and it's fine. I wasn't one of those people. So these days I don't drink often, and when I do, it's usually just 1 or 2 drinks. But the thing I would suggest is utilize your support system. You know what I mean? Everybody has like a friend or a peer or somebody that they can just call and vent to and get some feedback, and just, you know, say, you know what, I'm just having a rough time right now. I'm having a bad day. I just want to tell somebody about it. Just get it off my chest. Because if you bottle that stuff up, if you just sit on stress for long periods of time, what happens, or what can happen, is it just builds and builds and builds. And then one day it just like kind of overflows and pukes out, and you have some kind of like emotional thing, and it's pretty ugly, and nobody wants to go through that. So I would think about who it is you can lean on or talk to when you're having days that are challenging, so that you can deal with those things as they're happening. And you know what? When they're having a bad day, you should be a good sounding board for them. You should help them kind of build them back up and say, you know, hey, look, this is just something that's temporary. You're a smart person. You gotta just kind of work through this and keep going. It's all going to be okay. So that's suggestion number 3, is just have a support system. Utilize that support system. Ideally, if you have a peer that kind of understands exactly what you're going through, or like a mentor or something like that that you can call on, that understands your situation better. I think that's ideal in business. So that's tip number 3, is just utilize that support system. Don't sit on things, talk things through. It's a much more healthy way to deal with things. So I'm going to keep going. The next one I'm going to give you is a big one, so stick around. Like the video if you haven't already, and subscribe to the channel. All right, we're all dumpstered up, heading out, and this is going to get me to the next point. And for me, this is the biggest of all of them. I mean, maybe not every day it's the biggest, but like here lately it's been the biggest. And what I do when I need some motivation is I try to remember why I'm doing this. I try to remind myself, like actively remind myself, why am I doing this? And for me, the reason I'm doing it is because I have these awesome ideas in my head that I'm trying to bring to life. And for me, I want to get to this end thing that I've been working so hard to get to. But when I'm working on it, when I'm in it, when I'm not there yet, or days that like I've got a lot working against me, like, you know, COVID and people being out and just all these things, I have to say, remember the end goal, right? And the end goal is to create this awesome company that I worked very hard to build, and I worked very hard to build it the right way with the right people. And so one of the ways I do that, I mean, there's lots of ways you can do that, but just to focus on that in general is going to be big. But one of the ways I do that is I go read customer reviews. I go back to like Guadalupe Gas, the Google page, or Superior Disposal, our Google page, and I just read what people are saying or what people have said about us, because for me, what I'm trying to do is provide the best service, to be the best company. And when I see people leave reviews that are like 5 stars, these guys are the best, they take care of me, they're consistent, whatever. That's why I'm doing this, is to live that dream of creating this awesome service. And that's how I connect with what am I trying to do. It's not for me about the money. I think if you do things the right way, and you build your company correctly, and you understand fundamental things about business, the money will come. And later, in the later stages of a business, I focus a lot more on the actual money piece of it. But for the most part, for me, I'm living the dream. I'm living my dream. I'm trying to bring to life this thing that I see in my head. And when I go read customer reviews that are saying like, man, these guys are great, for me, that's how I remind myself why I do this. So you should find a way for you to connect with the why. If it's money for you, then, you know, that's fine. I'm not saying that my way is better than anybody else. What I was just saying is that's how I do it. But you should find the why for you, and then when you're having a day where you're stressed and you're trying to find that motivation, or even if you're not stressed, if you're just tired, man, you're like geez, I'm working, like when I was young, I would work a lot and not make any money. Like I would have friends that they were making a lot more money than me, and they would make fun of me, you know, like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I don't know, you know, I don't know. I think I'm gonna build this thing. We'll see. But you should find what it is that reminds you of why you're doing this and focus on that. And a lot of times it will turn that attitude around. It'll get you going again. It'll reignite that fire, get you fired up about what you're doing. So I'm gonna go deliver this front load dumpster, and I've got a few more trash cans, and that'll kind of be the rest of my day. And then I'm gonna give you my final tip, number 5. I think it's gonna surprise you, maybe. So I'll see you soon with that one. All right, so it's late in the day now. I've finished up everything I'm supposed to do. I'm gonna give you my last tip, which is when I'm feeling like I need some motivation, a lot of times I go to the people that inspire me. I can't really call them mentors, but they're more like people I aspire to be like. When I was young, I would do things like read Warren Buffett's annual letters, or I would study Sam Walton, and I did a lot of reading. As I've gotten older, I started watching a lot more YouTube. That's actually why I started doing my channel to begin with, is hopefully I could inspire somebody to start a business or to make an investment, and to have that confidence to do it, and hopefully educate them a little bit in the process on things I've learned. These days I find myself, because the latest project I'm trying to build is actually YouTube, I find myself watching a lot of YouTube videos by people that I am inspired by. But what I do is I go back and I watch their very early videos, and for me it kind of says like, yeah, they started off at the same place you did, and they had to get better and better and better. So I'm trying to make my content better and better and better as I go. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. That's the 5 things that I would do to help myself stay motivated, or get back into a place where I feel motivated and keep that fire going, so that I can go build my business or run my business or do whatever it is I feel like I need to be doing. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you know somebody that you think will find value out of this, please share the video, and I will see you in the next one.